Right, hello everybody. I hope we're all treating each other well and taking care of each other and ourselves during this quarantine. My name is Morgan, for those of you who don't know me, from your friendly local game store, Valkyrie Games. I'm really bored, like really bored, and I've run out of baking to do without going to the supermarket, and I don't want to do that. So instead, I'm going to regale you all with my opinion, which matters, about one of my favourite board games of all time, which is the DC deck building game. This game's really cool. First of all, that's the most important element, is that it looks cool, it has superheroes in it, and even though I don't know anything about the DCU, basically DC Deck Builders is cool, easy to learn, and it has superheroes in it, so why wouldn't you? The art's cool, but the gameplay is what actually sold it to me, which is surprising because it's a comic book game. But regardless, the DC deck building game is one of the most kind of iconic and balanced deck building games since Dominion came out, I would say. It follows the same kind of structure as a deck builder. You start off with a hand of bad cards. You use those to buy better cards, which you use to buy better cards, which you use to buy the villains, because bribery is an acceptable method of defeating bad guys, at least as far as Cryptozoic's concerned. Oh, the Flash is the best. Batman's not the best, Batman's trash. The Flash is the best. So, you play as a hero. Each hero has a different set of abilities, which can influence your strategy throughout the game. There are a lot of strategies in this game. One of the reasons I like the game so much is because it's remarkably intuitive for new players, but there's so many tiers of strategy and levels of strategy for more enfranchised players that the replayability of it is mental. There's a fly. There's so many different things going on, different decisions to make, different paths and strategies to take that can be to do with your superhero, like following all of the superhero cards for your hero, getting their sidekick and their equipment and their superpowers, and go away, fly. Yeah, and doing that can build up a really solid strategy because all of those cards are built around each other. But also, instead of that, you could just take all of the villains as fast as you can and win the game because nobody else got any. Still a fly. So that's probably my favourite part of it, is that there's so many different elements to it, and that's not even including expansions. There are a lot of expansions for this game, whether it's Teen Titans, which introduces locations which are more static effects, and Forever Evil, which introduces playable villains and you're trying to beat the good guys. And all of these expansions can be played together in one game, which is a really good way of proving that you know how the game works, because at that point there's so many moving pieces and it's so good. But if you're not real good at the game, playing with all the expansions can get a bit confusing. But the base game itself is a really intuitive starting point for most board game collections, I would say. Having a deck builder like that is a really good way to start a collection, to have a game that is solid and intuitive and easy to pick up, but has so much replayability to it, which is one of the reasons that I bought it, because I don't normally buy board games, I just borrow my mother's. And it's just really cool. You get to take Robin away from Batman sometimes, and Batman players get really angry when you take their sidekick. Every time. And you can snipe the last Suicide Squad from the player who's collecting Suicide Squads, which is also entertaining, because then they cry. But mostly it's a popular part of pop culture that you can use to introduce newer gamers to more complex strategies over time. And it plays up to 5 people, I think, from the base game. Yeah, 5 people in the base game, but you can relatively easily push that to 8 with an expansion, I would say. I hope that this was interesting. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope it lightened part of your quarantine. Stay safe, stay inside, look after each other, and I'm really excited to see you all when we get back to the store.